Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tuts, and today I'm going to be doing a brief introduction to arrays in Java. And I'm going to do this in sort of the context of the app here so we can keep it really Android based. Like I said, I don't want to give full lessons on Java or anything like that because it's really not my specialty. However, I do want to give you a basic understanding of the things that you need to build apps. So in this lesson, we're going to be talking about arrays. And if you're familiar with programming concepts in general, you're going to know what an array is. If you're not, it's really just an indexed list of things. And that might be best illustrated through an example. So to declare an array, we're first going to need to declare a data type, just like you would when we were declaring any other variable. And so we're going to have a string array, and it's just going to say string here, just like we had our normal string before. And you should note that you can't really have an array with string and an integer and everything in it. You just want to have an array with strings or an array with integers or whatever. So this is an array with strings. And then you're going to give it its name. You're going to say my names. And then after that, you're going to put some brackets here. And then we're going to have equals, new, string, and caps, and then brackets again. And we're going to say how many values are going to be in this. I'm just going to say 4. And we're going to put a semicolon. So now it's telling me something about this variable. The value of local variable my names is not used. Yeah, it's never used. It's just initialized. But what I want to do here is I now want to say my names, and then we're using this concept of indexes. So if you want to access the first item in the strings or in the my names array, you would say my names bracket 0 because it starts at 0. Just like if you wanted to get the second item, you would say my names bracket 1. So if we say my names bracket 0 and we have this be Scott as a string, my names bracket 1 equals Courtney. And so we have some names here. We can keep going until there's just 4 names in this array. But this is sort of clunky, right? I don't know a whole lot of times when you'd want to declare an array like this, each item individually. So there's a shorthand way to do it, and you might be more familiar with this type of syntax if you're working in other languages because it's, more similar to that. So what you're going to want to say is string and then my names, and then it's going to equal, and then now we need these types of brackets, the curly brackets. And inside of here, we're going to put all of our strings separated by a comma. So Scott, comma, and I'm going to do Ben because Ben needs one, and Courtney, okay, and we're just going to have Tim, Tim, and we're going to finish this off with a semicolon. And you'll notice this is underlined with the red here, and that's because just like in the last one when we had the brackets, when we were declaring the string, it was on the variable name. We need those brackets on the word string this time. So in this particular instance, if you're declaring a array full of names like we have here, you'd say string brackets my names equals, and then here's the names. So just like before, to access one of those variables, you would print out my names with the brackets. So to illustrate that, let's launch up our app, and I'm going to scroll down here, and on click, I want this text to not say changed. I want it to say Ben. So it's going to say my names, and if you remember, Ben is the second item in this array, so we're going to say 1. Like I said before, this index starts at 0, so Scott is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now let's save this, and it's going to give me an under thing, and it says change modifier my names to final. We had to do this before. Don't worry about it. Right now we're just going to let this say final in front of it, just because this is a test. But typically when declaring an array, you don't have to say final or anything. So now I'm going to run this app, and it's going to go through all this business right here. And if you're having problems pressing this green button and having your app running, maybe click this downward arrow, and then you should see your emulator in this list. Click the name of it, and that will definitely open it up in that emulator. Okay, so here's our app. Hello, level up top. So I'm going to press this. Ben. Nice. So now if we change this value to say 3, save it, and now I'm going to relaunch our app. It's got to install it, all that stuff. Okay, and it's going to be done any second. App launches. Let's press this button. Tim. Cool, so that's arrays in Java. In the next lesson, we're going to be doing some cool stuff with random numbers, and then we're going to put it together and make something really interesting, okay? Well, as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tuts. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment in the video. Hit us up at Twitter. I promise I'm going to try to get back to you. If you're getting some random error and I've never seen that error, I can't promise that I'll be able to do anything about it. But if other people maybe have seen this error, please leave a comment. Help your fellow learners out here. That's the whole goal. So thanks a lot for watching, and check you in the next one. All right, bye.